Information is power.
Okay, let's get into this because this is a damn shame, everybody. What's going on? This is a shame. Let me let you know right now, racism is alive and well. It has not gone away. I don't want to hear anybody. If you hear anybody tell you that it's a thing of the past, they're a damn fool and the truth is not in them. Because we still have our youth. We have black young males and black young females who are being attacked in schools that they go to across this country. This particular case of Jefferson McClellan is going to blow you away. This young man right here, because it angers me so much. And please, everybody, please share this video. This is a video that should get lots more attraction, okay? We can talk about a lot of different issues, but when it comes to our youth, this is a very important alert to all of you. This young man is in the 8th grade. He goes to a school called Gainesville Middle School, which is in a place called, it's in Virginia, in the Prince William County. And he's been dealing with racial slurs, all sorts of things that this young man's been dealing with. And it's a damn shame, okay? And I want to read something to you because before I get deep into this, let's go into what he had to say that was put in the press first. And then I've got 2 videos. One that was done by the local news in the DC, Virginia area, that whole area. And then you've got the video when this young man actually went to the school board. What happened is that he has been being bullied, okay? He's been dealing with a lot of this type of mess right here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Prince William County, Virginia. This is part of 7 News. Jefferson McClellan said he is hurt but wanted to speak up so no other students have to experience what he did, ladies and gentlemen. He says right here, I feel mad that I had to be called that in any day or by anyone in my school. The 8th grader at Gainesville Middle School said this, McClellan. He spoke to Channel 7 News, and I've got the report, so I'm going to show that to you also live. But after his comments he made at the Prince William County School Board in January went viral this particular month. This is what the young man said happened to him in a nutshell. He said that he was called the N-word. I'm just going to put it right up here like that. He was called the N-word. I'm going to say that again. He was called a monkey. Isn't that familiar? I just did a video about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and how Donald Trump, the monster that he is, set up here and did a means making them out to be monkeys. And of course, you're going to have people out there who don't use critical thinking skills, who are going to say, oh, well, you know, they did it to Bush. They made Bush look like a monkey. They made Biden look like a monkey. They've made plenty of, it's not the same because historically, in the historical context, when they make black people out to be primates, monkeys, gorillas, apes, it was always to dehumanize us, to take our humanity away from us, and to stereotype us. All you got to do is look at all those caricatures that they portrayed of black people in the past. So whenever you see a white person being portrayed as a primate, it doesn't have the same effect because historically they've never been treated like that to be stereotyped as an unintelligent person. For them, it's a joke. It's a means. For us, it's a historical context. So let's keep that in mind because some people are going to say, oh, well, they did this with Bush, did that with Biden. Once again, this young man right here, Mr. Jefferson himself, this young man said that he was bullied. His bullying went unanswered by the school district when he complained to them originally. And now all of a sudden they're so concerned about him because when he went to the school board, his video went viral because someone recorded it. And that's why it went viral. And now that it went viral, now all of a sudden they want to talk about policies and they want to pull a lot of stuff out of their ass. Now, let me play you the news report. This is the school in Virginia where he goes to school, Gainesville Middle School, 801. Just keep this in mind. This is where he goes to school, and this is where he dealt with a lot of racism, a lot of BS and bigotry. And it's a damn shame that our youth today are still having to put up with this. But the fact that he had to go to this board to make his argument plain and simple and to the point and say, hey, I want to go to school without being bullied. I want to go to school without having to deal with the N-word, which I know I'm going to have to deal with most of my life. The fact that a 13-year-old in the 8th grade in today's time realizes that, what in the hell is wrong with us adults who think that, oh, it's a thing of the past? Let me let you hear what this young 13-year-old youth had to say. Check this out.
Racism is directed at me. The response is slow or silent. But when I react to it, the response is immediate and clear. I'm not.
He says when he gave a response to what was happening to him with the racism that he was dealing with, the response was slow and not immediate. What happened is that he had to take matters into his own hands when he was being picked on to protect himself. So that meant he put hands on those kids that were being racially insensitive to him. And the minute he did that, of course, they suspended him, and they do this to black kids a lot, even when they're not even in the wrong. So he gets suspended for a few weeks from school, but the kids that were racially insensitive to him, calling him the N-word and calling him a monkey, they didn't get any suspension. This is why he had to take it to the level of going to the school board and letting his case be known. Check it out.
I'm asking for special treatment. I'm asking you to stop allowing people to hurt me.
A brave plea tonight from a local 8th grader who is taking a stand against his bullies and the school system that he claims isn't protecting him. Good evening. I'm Scott Thuman. Gainesville Middle Schooler Jefferson McClellan says after his cries for help repeatedly fell on deaf ears, he took matters into his own hands and physically fought back. These actions, he acknowledges, were wrong, but he also argues with the school so quick to punish him, why have his bullies gone unchecked?
I'll tell you why they've gone unchecked, because he's a black youth. This is what this is all about. He's a black youth. Nobody listens to what black people are saying when we have complaints about anything. And historically, when it comes to black men, youth like this young man here, Jefferson McClellan, is that our voices go unheard. Nobody wants to hear what black youth have to say, no more than what they want to hear what black men have to say or black women have to say. Our words go unheard and fall on a deaf ear. This is why. Let's get back.
Josh Chapin is live in Gainesville tonight, where he spoke with McClellan. And Josh, you're also pushing for some answers from those in charge.
Yeah, we spoke with that 8th grader, Scott, a short time ago. He said he didn't think he'd have to deal with anything like this at such a young age. The school district's also responding tonight.
I feel disappointed and mad that I had to be called that any day or by anyone in my school.
We met 13-year-old Jefferson McClellan across the street from the school, where he says a fellow student said those hateful, racist remarks.
Monkey. The only game a white person can beat a black person at is hangman.
McClellan sharing those comments in a Prince William County School Board meeting.
Now, that's white supremacy, that term that the only game that white people can beat black people at would be the game of hangman. And you know what the game of hangman is. It's based on a noose. Where does that come from? Remember, back in the South, back in the history of this country, the Ku Klux Klan and racist white nationalist racist groups would break in the house of black people. drag the men out, hang them on, put them on nooses and hang them from trees. And then, of course, they would also take away their manhood and save it as a momentum. How sick. So it's interesting, this young man in the year 2026 said that he got that type of messaging from the racist kids in that school, that the only thing that white people could beat a black person at, in this case, the game called Hangman, as it relates to black people being hung by white people in the 50s and 40s and 30s and 1900s and on up. Isn't that very interesting? You pick up on the subliminalness of what the young man just said there. I want to move this back just a little bit so you can hear that part again.
Monkey, the only game a white person can beat a black person at is Hangman.
McClellan sharing those comments in a Prince William County School Board meeting in January. Those comments now going viral on social media a month later.
I want the next person who looks like me, or who looks like me, to feel safe and to feel respected in their school.
That's right.
The school district said they met with the student and his family. The principal at Gainesville Middle is now working with their DEI and compliance department to put a comprehensive support plan in place. They're also giving special support to this particular school to navigate incidents involving discrimination and harassment.
We owe it to this family to make sure we do our due diligence to make sure that the school is abiding by what they say.
Najima Smalls is a vice president with the Prince William County chapter of the NAACP. She and other community leaders went to a school board meeting Wednesday night to hold district leaders accountable.
We're not going to tolerate racism within our schools, and that we are going to do what we can to make sure that our schools and the county as a whole embraces diversity and that there is no room for hate.
It's sad, it's hurtful, and it's disrespectful that I have to deal with this from middle school to grown-up age. Like, it's not going to stop.
Let me tell you what is the common denominator to what's happening. Ever since Donald Trump has come into our political lexicon, people who are racist, whether it be adults, youth, they're all feeling very comfortable to display their racism because of the man, the nut, the racist, the Sith Lord in the White House. Donald Trump is the common denominator to everything that's happening around racial issues in this country. Not that there were not racial issues prior to him. He's just a byproduct of the problems that we still have with race, because he fused his whole campaign with race, and everything that he's doing currently is charged by race. All these folks, these Donald Trump supporters and sycophants, they feel very emboldened on the job, in schools. Even the kids that they raise feel emboldened to come after a young man, a young 13-year-old, young youth, black youth like Jefferson McClellan. This is a damn shame. I've got to say that this man is a common denominator to the problems, because a lot of people feeling real bold because of who's in the White House right now. This young man dealing with this is a damn shame, and I'm going to tell you another reason why. The point is the NAACP had to get involved. That shows you that the school district did not do their job. The fact that they had to go to the school board and get people involved from the outside to make the school do the right thing tells you that you have a cesspool of racism on that board, in that school district, that Prince Williams County School District in Virginia.
Tell the truth.
Y'all better share this video because more people need to hear about this. The only reason why now they're trying to cover themselves is because this video went viral a month after, and it got attention of a lot of people. Now the school board is trying to move everything back. Let me show you. I'm going to show you in a moment how they're trying to cover themselves. Let's continue with this.
The NAACP said they're doing their own investigation, Scott, into what happened. Jefferson was suspended initially 3 days for shoving a fellow student. that suspension was knocked down to just a day. The district, Scott, also says it is committed to accountability and fostering environments that are safe for all students. Scott?
It's all bullshit. They just got themselves caught up in their lack of due diligence to crack down on the racism that was going on in this school, and how this particular young youth, 13 years old, look at him again, Jefferson McClellan, was mistreated. This young man, this young youth, I don't like to use the word boy because we know that boy is a term that they use to dehumanize masculinity in men as men grew up. They would call you a boy if you were 60 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old, boy, 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 especially in the South. But Jefferson McClellan should not be going through what he is going through. But what it is that he's getting a light shined on what happened to him. And it's really a damn shame, y'all. Let me let you see how the school district is trying to cover themselves. And then I'm going to give you the full video that was captured when he said what he had to say at the district school board meeting in the Prince William County of Virginia, where this school right here, despicable as it is, where he attends in the 8th grade. Check this out right here. The incident mentioned was reviewed and investigated in accordance with the PWCS, which is the Prince William County Code of Behavior Guidelines. While federal law prohibits us from discussing specific disciplinary actions or this is a damn shame. The individual student under the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. They cannot, let me just hold back because I'm really mad about this. So they're basically saying that they can't basically tell you what the disciplinary action is against the kids that did this to young Jefferson. They can't even tell you what their consequences are. That's what that's reading there. What are the consequences of their actions towards him? Because they certainly put consequences on young Jefferson McClellan. Let me continue to read on here. Under the Family and Educational Rights and Privacy Act, the school division has worked collaboratively to support the student who reported this. No, you didn't. You didn't do anything for this young youth, 13-year-old black youth, until he went to your school board, called you guys out, and then it went viral because someone dropped the video on y'all, and now everybody knows about it. Now you got to scramble and act like y'all responsible as a school district when you're not. The PWCS, which is the Prince William County superintendent and member of her executive leadership team, have met directly with the student's family to listen to their concerns, providing support and outline next steps. This is all damage control statement here, y'all. Let's just keep that real. And it goes on to say this. Plan the next step in including school division leaders working in collaboration with the diversity, equity, and inclusion compliance departments to meet with the principal to develop and implement a comprehensive support plan. In addition, the school division is providing targeted support to the school, to the staff, and navigating the incident involving discrimination or harassment. A positive culture and climate survey will also be administered to students at the middle school to help inform ongoing improvement and efforts. This is all damage control to keep themselves from getting sued by his family and what have you. Let's just keep it real. They weren't doing all of this until the young man had to put them on Front Street and somebody recorded it and it went viral. I'm going to say it again. let me let you hear that actual, I think it's about 1:58 of what the young man actually said. This is on TikTok. It's a TikTok video. Someone by the name of a justice fighter, I think, for kids. And shout out to them for putting this video together. But let me let you all hear this right now. This is a damn shame.
Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Jefferson McClellan. My address is on file with the clerk, and I am an 8th grader at Gainesville Middle. Tonight, I want to talk about a serious issue at my school. Nigger, monkey, the only game a white person can beat a black person at is hangman. These aren't jokes. These are misunderstandings. These are racial slurs said directly to me by other students. I have reported this harassment before. Nothing seems to happen, and it keeps happening. Recently, after being told, "Shut up, nigger," I reacted. I hit another student for that.
That's the key right there. Like I said, he had already reported this to the proper authorities of the school from the very get-go, which led him to do the only thing that naturally he did, which was to defend himself. And guess what? I don't have a problem with the fact that the young youth here, Jefferson McClellan, had to resort to physical protection of himself. What was he supposed to do when the responsible adults did nothing when he asked for help?
The school acted quickly. I was suspended for 3 days. I'm not standing here saying what I did was right. I'm here asking why. Why, when racism is directed at me, the response is slow or silent. But when I react to it, the response is immediate and clear. I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm asking you to stop allowing people to hurt me, to provide the same safe learning environment to me that is seemingly so easily afforded to others. When
That's
racism
right.
goes unchecked, it says that it's acceptable. And it teaches students like me that we're expected to deal with it because the school won't. I know
It's a damn
racism
shame.
exists, and I know I will probably
Tell
deal
the
with
truth.
it again and for the rest of my life. I didn't expect to have to deal with it already.
You know what's crazy about this, everybody, is that he made a statement where he says that he realizes that racism is something that he'll have to deal with for a good portion or the rest of his life because it's a reality. And the fact that he is mature enough to understand that reality, he's not saying it to say that it's going to stop him from achieving, but the fact that he recognizes it, because a lot of times, especially on these YouTube streets, on social media, people will say when black people talk about racism and the things that stand in our way, that we're using it as a crutch, that we're saying that we can't do anything. No, it's about acknowledging these realities, but you don't let it stop you. This young youth, 13-year-old 8th grader, Jefferson McClellan, he's not acting like he can achieve. He's simply saying, I shouldn't have to go to school and be bullied. I should be afforded the same rights as any other student to have a safe school environment where I can learn so I can achieve. Let's get back to it.
I'm 13 years old. I would like to be a kid just a little bit longer. I am not bad. I am not threatening. I am not aggressive. I am not lesser. I am just a kid who wants to go to school and feel safe. This shouldn't keep happening to me, nor anyone else.
All right. Did you hear what he just said? It's very clear. He said, I'm just a kid. I want to be a kid. I want to enjoy school and enjoy my life growing up like anyone else without having to deal with the damn racism that you all have allowed in this school district and in this school for me to be impacted by at this school called Gainesville Middle School in Virginia. Okay. I should not have to deal with this. This is what the young youth is saying. I'm just a kid, and that he is. So none of this should be happening, everybody. None of this nonsense should be happening, but this is what our children, our youth are still dealing with. So that's why I don't want to hear anybody saying that everything is squeaky clean, that racism doesn't exist. It's just an imagination of our minds, that we're just using it as a crutch, because that's certainly what some of your conservative black folks would say who think they have arrived. I need y'all to do me the greatest favor and share this video on all your social media. Let people know about this video. This is a video that deserves to go viral, because the youth here, the 13-year-old who is growing and developing, is trying to learn. And he's dealing with a problem that this school district didn't give a damn about until it blew up on social media. This is what our kids really deal with. And I want to play this one more time, because he said something very significant about the hangman. That's the one that I want y'all to hear again. If that comes up here, let's see.
Students, I have reported this harassment before. Nothing seems to happen, and it keeps happening. Recently, after being told, "Shut up, nigger," I reacted. I hit another student for that. The school acted quickly. I was suspended for...
Boom, that's the key. The school. See, when black kids, not only are we demonized as being called monkeys, we're demonized as being called the N-word, but black youth and black men and black people in general, we are usually stereotyped as being violent, aggressive. And this is where you get the prison to pipeline system, the school to prison pipeline. They want to get our kids caught up in the juvenile system, the prison system early, get a record on them. That's what they're trying to do with this, with Jefferson there, already suspending him from school when he had already told them that he was the one under attack. This is a damn shame.
Tell the truth.
Everybody, thank you. This is just really a damn shame. I want to thank you. If you got something out of this video, I want to say thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Share the video. Share the video. Make comments, because I want to hear your real and raw opinions about this. And I want to read them all. And put Jefferson McClellan in your prayers, that everything works out down there in Virginia where he goes to school. And we got a lot of stuff going on, folks. We got to have our youths back. We got to have their back. We got to have their back. And we got to report these things when they're happening. I appreciate y'all. With that said, this is the Information Man Show. Peace.
Information is power.
Miss that smile. Lord knows I ain't seen that in a while, but it's your style. So something must be up keeping you down. You a queen that must be heaven sent. Pray my soul, I must repent for not telling you what I meant and how I felt. Honestly, I'm used to throwing wishes in a well. My conscience tells me that I could have helped without fail. Actions speak louder than words, and that's a lesson that I learned all by myself.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV. BS3 Network, changing the way you listen to podcasts. You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door, I'll be ready for. And if it's what you want, I'ma give it to you. Yeah, promise, I'ma give it to you. La, 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 feel it, baby, stress is all around us. These high ceilings and I need it, baby. Pressure and make diamonds, I won't steal it, baby. Silent, baby, hurts to see you crying. I know you trying, ain't no lying, baby. When I say I need you, greedy if I have to share you. It was me that all along did you wrong, thinking that I made you beautiful and strong. This toxicity, the death of me, I fear the day you gone. The most beautiful girl I've ever known. I'll find a way to treat you better. I swear there's no one out there like my baby problems, you gon' regret every day. So I let her know, gotta let her know. Came through the front door.
At Gainesville Middle. Tonight I want to talk about a serious issue at my school. Nigger, monkey, the only game a white person can beat a black person at is hangman. These aren't jokes. These are
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.